Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Bream Fishing Project. In this episode, we are running back down to the Vic Bream Classics to review round two, the TT Glenelg Shire Bream Classic, held on the 27th and 28th of April in 2024. Before we dive into this episode, I want to take a moment to honour Barry Thomas. So, unfortunately, since winning this event, Barry has passed away. So, as part of the team Old Codgers with Stuart McKinnon, they took this event out. So today we dedicate this episode to Barry Thomas, celebrating not just his victory, but the years of passion he brought to the fishing community. Our heartfelt condolences go out to his wife, children, and all those who knew and loved him. Rest in peace, Barry.
Welcome to the Bream Fishing Project. This is where you need to be every Tuesday to find out all the latest tips and tricks to help you target bream on lures. You'll get to hear from some of Australia's elite bream competition anglers and see how they were able to achieve their results in competitions around the country. Now, here's your host, the 2019 Hobie Kayak Fishing World Champion, Andrew Deeth.
Okay, so let's go through all the stats and what have you for this one, and then we'll just get into the angler interviews. All right, so we had a minor bite period on the Saturday of 9:35 through to 11:05 a.m. with a major bite period right in the back of the session at 1:40 through to 4:12 p.m. Low tide was at 7:02 a.m. at 0.09. High tide was at 12:53 p.m. at 0.63. On the Sunday, we had a minor bite period at 10:39 a.m. through to 12:09 p.m. with a low tide at 7:17 at 0.7, running up to a high at 2:53 p.m. at 1.05. As with all the Vic Bream events, it was a great little event. Leading up to this event, apparently the system had just opened and was fishing reasonably well. As you'll hear for Barry and Stuart, they actually had a pretty rough weekend in terms of some boat failure and what have you. And I talked to Stuart about that. So that was it. Aside from anything else, that was quite interesting. And they did quite well to put the bags together and take the comp out. Second place was Team Repeats, Peter Senior and Peter Junior, who weighed 9.5. And in third place was Team Crackers with Sean, Will and Ben. I did a great interview with them, although it's been quite a while since I recorded this. The Sunline Best Bag went to Team Repeats with a big bag of 5.065. The Eco-Gi Big Brim went to Team Richardson Marine Tackle Shacks, Corey McLaren and Adam Brown, who weighed a fish at 1.3 kilos. The Zip Baits Monster Movers prize went to Team Fishing.com.au. Stuart Carruthers and Shane Anley, who put in a quality bag on day two of 4.275, moving them up 14 places and taking this Monster Movers prize, ending up in 10th position. The Shimano Junior Angler Prize went to the brothers Will and Ben Robinsons from Team Crackers, who finished in third place. And the Miller Rod Big Mulloway Prize went to Team Real Steel's Gary Carruthers and Greg Rourke, who caught mulloway or jewfish of 60 centimetres. So there you go. What I think we'll do is just going to move straight into the interview. So here we go. All right. So in third place, dropping 5 fish for 4.14 kilos with a kicker of 1.045. Backing it up on the Sunday with 5 fish for 3.930, another kicker of 1.155 and 10 fish for 8.070. With me, I have Team Crackers, which is Sean Pearson and Will and Ben Robinson. So welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
All right. So listen, you guys had a great result back in the Nelson round. Now, it's been a little bit of time since then. Yeah, I guess you guys enjoyed the day. What do you say about that?
Yeah, it's a good day, a good weekend, actually. Yeah. Caught some fish and, yeah, we had fun. Two boys. Yeah.
Definitely. And just for the listeners out there, so Sean, that you're obviously the adult of this arrangement. So let's start with Will. Tell us about yourself, Will. How old are you, mate?
I'm 14. Sean, he's got me into fishing. He's got the boat, takes us out quite a lot. Have some fun.
And is bream fishing what you like to do, or do you like to do something else as well?
Bream fishing mostly, but do some saltwater fishing down local.
And what do you chase locally?
Salmon, do some shark fishing sometimes.
Nice. Very good. And Ben, mate, how old are you, mate?
I'm 12 and same story as Will. Yeah, go to the Coorong on Sean's boat and chase Bream and Mulloway mainly.
Bream and Mulloway. All right. So we'll go back to you, Will. What's your biggest shark, mate?
I only caught one. I was on a family friend's boat. It was around 2 foot.
Nice. And Ben, what about Mulloway, mate? What's your biggest Mulloway?
I've gotten close to the metre mark when I was a young kid.
Right. Very good. Very good. All right. And Sean, mate, you're the captain. So how do you go with these boys? You teaching them a bit?
Yeah, try to. Yeah. Well, they're getting better and better. Yeah, every time we go fishing, they're getting better and better. You get more knowledge. Yeah, the casting's improving all the time. No, they're going really good. Yeah. They put up with me.
Very good. I like it. This is an interesting competition because you guys just over 8 kilos and you're a good margin, like 300-400 grams above fourth place. And then there's nearly 1.5 kilos through to second and first. So, yeah, quite a big gap there.
Yeah, there was a big gap. And everyone in first and second, were all spread out where the first was fishing more up towards Donovan's or the other Donovan's and near the bridge, the other guy was fishing. We were fishing out the front. So we're all pretty spread out up the river.
Yeah, interesting. All right, let's get into it. So in terms of pre-fish, did you guys get out to have a bit of a pre-fish?
Yeah, we had an all right day pre-fish. I got a 40-centimetre bream down their front.
Yep. And what'd you get that on?
That was just a grub Yabby UV, 2.5 inch.
Yabby UV. What brand's that?
Iowa Bait Junkie.
Right. Okay. I wasn't familiar with the colour. The boys at Dyer will shoot me. All right. And did you work out any patterns on the day?
Yeah. Well, on the pre-fish, we started at Nelson. We went up past Dry Creek. So we found schools and caught some fish up that way. And then we turn around and come back for the incoming tide. And that's when Will caught that 40. Just near Ox Lake type thing. So we thought, we'll come back tomorrow here down the front when the tide comes in and try to catch some fish up higher, in the morning type thing. That's our plan after pre-fish.
Yeah. All right. How about we roll round through to competition day, to Saturday morning? Tell us how your day went and how you went about catching your fish.
On the Saturday, we started at Sapling Creek. Yeah, so we worked from Sapling Creek back down towards the mouth. Caught catching fish on the way. Caught a couple of fish on the way on the Saturday. Saw schools of fish, but we couldn't really get the schools to bite. Just caught a couple of random ones. And then, our main plan was to get down the front for when the tide started pushing in. Yeah, so we got down the front by 12-ish, around 12. Yeah, and just found a spot where the current was coming through. Yeah, and I'd fished there a couple of weeks before in the kayak comp, so I knew that the fish were sort of hanging around that area. Yeah, and we just caught all our fish once the tide started moving in.
Right. And in terms of lures and what have you, did you target them with grubs or what did you go to?
Yeah, we're all using grubs, yeah. It can get a bit expensive when everyone uses hard bodies and the boys, I'm paying for all the lures that get lost.
Fair enough. Hey, there's nothing wrong with grubs. There's a lot of people who've won a lot of comps on grubs.
Yeah.
Who put the first legal in the boat?
I think it was Benny. He got that big bream on the Saturday.
Right. Tell us about that, Ben. How'd that one go and how did you, see if you can tell us how you caught it, whether it got it on the drop or you were working it back. See if you can remember that for us.
Yeah, it was at the front, casting into the foamy water, and you just drop it to the bottom, get a bite. And
did you set the hook or did you just wind it on or how was that?
Yeah, give it a little whack.
Okay. What was your rod, what sort of lines and leaders were you using on the day?
2 pounds, one straight through.
It's 2 pounds straight through. Okay. All right. So my next question for that is, what hook were you using then?
1/16 with Size 1.
Size 1. So a TT or
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It's a Daiwa.
Oh, bait junkie.
as a bait junkie?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, that's really impressive. 2 pounds straight through is a bit of an art form. I think you've done really well.
That's all we fish with. We seem to, we like the 2 pounds straight through. If there's no rocks or reef or sticks or whatever, we reach for the 2 pound all the time. I love it.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so that was your first fish. How'd the rest of the day play out?
Well, after that, when we just kept chucking the lures like up into the water that was flowing in, that the lure just dripped around, and you just feel a bit of a tick on the line and just whack. Yeah, that's how we caught them all. Just like that. See a bit of foam coming through, chuck it into the foam. Yeah, let it drift around. Yeah, and just whack it when you felt that tick.
Very nice. And did you get many for the day?
I think we got
2 upgrades.
Yeah, we did upgrade. We got to the front. We had 2 fish, and we upgraded the whole bag down the front. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
But it was probably about, what time was it? About 1:45. Yeah, and we were working on. Well, Will was the timekeeper, but he was on SA time. Then we worked out we're on SA time, and it's like 1:50, so it's like, quick, we better get back. So we were a bit mad rush to get back before we were late. But we got back just in time.
Ah, very good. Very good. So on the Saturday, so what do you weigh in? You weighed in 4.14. Whereabouts did that have you guys overnight? Do you remember?
I think it was 4th.
We were 4th, were we? Oh, yeah, we were 4th. Yeah, 4th.
4th. Yep, that's right. I think it says next to it that you went up 1. All right.
Yeah, Ray was in front of us. Yeah.
All right. So what did you guys do in the afternoon? Did you re-rig? Did you straighten out your gear, or what happened after the comp?
I think we just unpacked a bit, cleaned up, put the boat on charge, everything on charge. Yeah, and then headed for the pub pretty much, yeah.
Fair enough. I guess with 2 pounds straight through, there's no leaders.
No, we just keep tying them on, yeah.
All right. Day 2 on the Sunday. You're in 4th position. Tell us how your day went on the Sunday. Let's start with who caught the first fish and where were you?
Well, it was the same thing again. We started at Sapling, and then, we just fished our way down, but we didn't spend a lot of time fishing our way down on the Sunday because we caught all our fish at the front, so we wanted to go to the front. There was no rush to get there, but I don't know, we just rushed a bit getting down there. Yeah, I don't think we caught any fish on the way down, did we?
No, we saw schools, but they weren't buying.
Yeah, stopped on a patch of VPs. The boys caught a few of them. Yeah, then we just sort of made our way down the front, and then just got to where we caught the fish on the Saturday. Yeah, dropped the power poles down and just sat there and just waited for the tide, pretty much.
Right. Okay, so that would have been a fair wait, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it was a fair wait, wasn't it? Well, because the tide was an hour later, we were starting to think it wasn't even going to happen. The tide was going to be too late and the fish wouldn't turn up for us. But yeah, they eventually did turn up just in the nick of time. Yeah, we were starting to stress out that we were going to run out of time.
Fair enough. And it was the same sort of thing? You're just looking for the foamy water and throwing the lures into that?
Yeah, as soon as the water was foamy and discoloured, you get the fresh and the blue. So yeah, just as soon as you see that coming, yeah, just aim for that. Throw upstream and then just wait to let the lure drift around. Yeah, feel the tick, bang.
Very cool. Very cool.
So it was probably like 1:45, and we hooked fish number 5.
Wow.
And then we dropped that fish, had it on for about a minute or so, and then we ended up dropping that fish on the stair. It was right on the surface, but still about 20 metres away. And we dropped that. We thought, we're toast now. But then had one more cast, same thing, just swung around, bang, very next cast. Yeah, got that one in. Yeah, time to go, start the motor.
Yeah, fair. And who caught the last fish?
Yeah, I caught the fish on the Sunday. Boys didn't really.
Okay.
You got one?
Yeah.
No, Will got one on the Sunday. I got 4.
I got one on a cranker.
Yeah, you lost one on a cranker, yeah.
Not the.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, it's a team effort. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who gets them.
No, that's right.
That's right. I assume you guys are helping Sean with the net and netting the fish?
Yep.
Benny's the net boy. is a good meta.
Yep.
And a measurer and a weigh boy. He does all that stuff for us.
Yeah, you need someone that's good with the net. That's an important job. And upgrading and weighing and keeping track is important as well. So very good.
Yeah, they're both doing that.
So am I correct in saying, so most of your fish were caught, or most, if not all, were caught on grubs. Was there a standout colour over the weekend?
Bloodworm. We used some bloodworm grubs, and we did catch a few fish on the Strike Pro Hummer vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, we're using that a bit. Caught a few fish on that earlier in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're the two lures we used.
Okay, and the Hummer vibe, were you throwing that on 2 pound as well?
Yep.
That's brave.
Yeah, we throw and everything.
That's brave if it snags up.
Yeah, there's not much to get caught up on really there. So if we were up against some rocks or whatever, yeah, we wouldn't use it. But yeah, you're pretty safe there.
That's awesome. All right. Well, all that was enough to bring you guys in third place. So what did you guys get to take home for third place?
So we won the junior angler and took the prize, the money.
What was the money?
1,150.
Very nice. That'll go well towards, getting to the next events. No?
Oh, I got divvied up pretty quick.
Did it got divvied up, did it? I thought all that went to the boat.
No.
All right. So it was an equal 3-way split then. Is that fair?
I think we ended up with
2 checks.
I got half, and then the boys went to quarters and a half.
Okay.
And then I managed. Bill gave Benny the big plastic check, so I had to bribe Benny to get the plastic check to put up in my shed. So,
Bait caster.
Oh yeah, what I trade you?
A bait caster for the check.
Yeah, it's like the traded bait caster rule for the plastic check.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And what did the Shimano Junior Angler? What was the prize for that one?
Donor 1K, Bream rated.
Nice. I do like the initiative there. Very good. All right, guys. This has been a fun little conversation. Before we head off and say goodbye, is there anyone you want to say thank you to?
I'd like to thank Bill for putting it on, and for Bill for letting us all fish together. Yeah, Bill keeps powering through no matter what sort of condition he's in, so it's good. And of course, our team manager and mascot and driver and trailer reverser and food provider, Sally. Yeah, Sally's the one that runs around after us and looks after us.
Right. So you got a chauffeur?
Exactly, yeah.
How good's that? We should have got her on.
She's right here if you want to talk to her.
How's your reversing skills, Sally?
Oh, I've come a long way. Yeah, I feel a bit more confident now, reversing. Yeah, especially with Sean's boat. It's a bit precious, so I feel pretty privileged to be able to back that in. So, yeah, I've improved somewhat over the years, but all good.
That's a great job. I'm a terrible boat reverser. I'm just in kayak, so I've got no clue. So you're one up on me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do get a few comments saying, you're doing a pretty good job there. So I feel pretty happy about that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, reversing. Yeah, perfect. Makes it easier for us.
Oh, there you go. And do you have a sponsor on board?
Only Sally.
Sally, fair enough. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, to the four of you, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. And hopefully I get to talk to you again in the rest of the season.
Yep.
Thank you.
We won't be fishing any more big brims. They're too far away for us. So, yeah, next year.
Next year.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, great result, guys, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, fishing.com.au, your one-stop brim lure and tackle shop. Pick up the latest brim tackle, including Muscle Vibes, Cranker Crabs, OSP bent minnows, Z-Man plastics, Eco Gear lures, and Daiwa rods, reels, and tackle. Same-day shipping. Shop where the world champion, the Australian champion, and the current ABT champion shops. Fishing.com.au, online or in-store at shop 18/29 Kiora Road, Miranda. All right, so having a look at the front page, we've got the Berkeley Gulp Salty Nipper. So originally, I don't know, I thought, yep, it's another lure, it's good. But seeing these in the flesh, they are very cool. So definitely now's the time to get a chance to jump on those and grab a couple of those. I grabbed some camo ones the other day. They look pretty good to me. Now the Daiwa Bait Junkie prawn, the 2.35-inch prawn, this is already competition winning, as you'll find out in a few weeks. So if you're keen to get those, they've got the buy 3, get the 4th one free. I think it's a great way to go through the range and grab a couple of different colors that you might think is pretty cool. And on the top line of here is if you haven't tried this, I'm not sure why not, the River to Sea Baby Vibe. It is cheap and it works. It catches big brim. So there you go, fishing.com.au. Okay, so next up in a second place, I have Team Repeat with 5 fish for 4.445 on the Saturday, including a kicker of 910 grams, with 5 fish on the Sunday at 5.065 kilos, which was also the best bag of the competition, which also included a kicker of 1.18. I have Peter Bacay Jr. Did I get that right, mate?
Yep, that's correct, Deethy. How's it going, mate?
Mate, I'm good. How about yourself, mate? You must be pretty happy with the second place there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely stoked. Couldn't believe that we came second. So, yeah, me and my dad were super happy.
Yeah, mate. If you've listened, I kind of like the father and son teams. I reckon it's pretty cool to be out there with your old man having a go.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's good to spend time on the water and in a tournament setting. It's even better just to test our skills. And, yeah, we've done pretty well in this one.
You did do very well. And how's the dynamics on the boat? Who's boss and what's going on there?
Yeah, so we've quickly figured out, I think I'm the boss so far. But, yeah, so I'm basically up the front of the boat, driving the electric motor around, spotting fish, and then, yeah, just telling my old man just where to cast. And, yeah, we work that way. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, no, I reckon that's cool. All right. So, mate, I know you got down for a pre-fish. So give us a bit of an idea of what you did and maybe where you launched from and how you kind of worked out your plan for comp day.
Yeah, so basically we launched at Nelson, starting at the mouth of the river. We started with soft plastics and some hard bodies just where the edge of the channel is at the front of the system. We then moved closer towards the bridge, hitting the shacks with like some cranker crabs and the muss, just seeing if there's any fish around there. With the Lowrance active target, we were spotting some fish and I ended up pinning about, I think, 2 or 3 brim in that area. We didn't want to sting too many other fish, so we headed further down towards the ski run and we're just spot hopping, still marking fish on the active target, which was really good.
All right. So you got a bit of a plan together for comp day, but I know you got onto a bit of fun fish at the end there.
Yeah. So after we made our way all the way to Donovan's. After that, found a pretty big school of estuary perch, about 200 to 250 fish. And my dad was having fun on them, so we just stuck around them, flicking soft plastics and catching them for fun.
That's very cool. And did you get any decent ones? You get any crackers?
Yeah, I think the biggest was about 42 centimetres, which wasn't too huge, but it's still good fun.
Yeah, very good fun, especially when you catch numbers of them.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll around into the Saturday morning. How'd you guys go? Did you get some straight out of the blocks or how was your day?
Yeah, so Saturday morning we did get some straight off the blocks. We pulled about 3 legals it was the first 20 minutes. We thought, we're definitely on here. So, hitting a few more shacks just in that Nelson area where we launched, managed to pull another 2. And I think by about 8 o'clock, we had our bag.
Awesome.
Yeah, they weren't all huge fish. Yeah, we had to grind to upgrade quite a few of them. I think it was 3 or 4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what were you getting them on the comp day?
Yeah, so it was all cranker crabs we were getting a good fish on. We're throwing them deep into the shacks, just working them really slowly. The fish were basically picking them up off the bottom. And if we weren't getting any bites, we were really just letting it sit there for like 10 to 15 seconds and then they were committing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your favourite crab at the moment or for that system?
For that system, I've worked out that the olive cranker crab is my favourite. That was getting most of the bites. But I think it was the UV, the redder one, that was also getting a few hits. Yeah.
Right. And heavy or light?
Light, yeah. Not really a fan of the heavy. Yeah.
See, there you go. Sometimes I go to say, this is what you're using, but obviously not light. I would have said heavy, but
yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, I like the natural presentation and, the natural sink rate. So, yeah.
Definitely. All right. So you got your bag. How did you go with your upgrades? Because you end up with a pretty decent bag. So did you upgrade throughout the day or how'd that look?
Yeah, so we're still fishing around the shacks and we're finding a lot of the cliff edges where the current was kind of coming around the bends, we were finding a lot of fish were holding in there, and that's where we got the bigger fish. Yeah, just throwing it and watching the line as the cranky crab comes down, they were smacking it just when it hit the ground. So, yeah.
Yeah. What sort of water depth are you talking about? You're casting into the shallows and then pulling into deep water? Like, I don't have an understanding of what it is down there. So is it deep, steep banks or shallow banks, or how's that look?
Yeah, so they're all pretty much steep banks. What I like to do is I like to throw it really, really shallow so you don't really spook the fish, and then just work that cranky crab down the cliff edge or like the shack, so that the bream can intercept it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. So you fish with your dad. Who got the lion's share of the fish? What happened there?
Yeah, so I got most of the fish just because I could kind of see them on the active target, pinpoint where they are and throw my lure first. But he did manage to get a few upgrades, which was really handy. Yeah, that secured it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And look, there is a front of the boat advantage, regardless of active target or anything. First shot's always a bit better.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Very good. All right. So day one, mostly cranker crabs. Did you throw anything else throughout the day, or did you just stick with the crabs?
No, so I did rotate a few lures. So we were rotating between the cranker crab, the muss, and then the soft plastic. If we weren't getting many bites on the cranker crab and the muss, yeah, the Rapala Crush City came into play. Yeah.
Okay, so the creeper?
Yep. 2.5-inch creeper in motor oil.
In motor oil. And any specific weight, or did you mix it up?
I believe it was a 1/20th on a hidden weight size 1 hook, I think.
Yeah. That's a good thing about those, because they are naturally buoyant. You can put a reasonable amount of weight in them, like 1/20th is okay. Cast them and then they still sink quite slowly. So it's quite good.
Yeah, we like to fish really slow around structure and the cliff edges. So, yeah, it worked really well.
Okay. And what sort of leaders were you running?
Generally, we're running 6-pound Oshia fluorocarbon leader for most of the gear for up there, because there's a lot of crusty edges that can snap you off on. So, yeah, 6-pound did the job for us.
Fair enough. All right. Look, you came in with over 4 kilos, which is pretty decent. How was the feeling at night? Were you guys cheering, or what was going on?
Yeah, to be honest, we didn't think we'd get a big day one bag like that. So we were pretty stoked, and he kind of pumped us up to perform well the next day. But yeah, we couldn't really sleep that well thinking what was going to happen. So
yeah, well, you're a chance, mate. And mate, you're very close to the win. Tell us about Sunday, mate. You cracked 5 kilos, the only team to do that. How was your day? Did it start fast or slow, or what did it look like?
Yeah, so basically Sunday was a lot different. Pretty much banged all the big fish quickly within the first hour. So yeah, got our big bag really early, and then didn't really upgrade much throughout the day. Pretty much upgraded, I think, just 1 or 2 fish nearly towards the end of the session, which was cool.
Right. Was it the same run? Did you do the same milk run? You go and hit the shacks early and what have you?
Yeah, pretty much the same milk run. Pretty much did the same thing for 3 days.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So day 2, cranker crabs mostly, I'd say, I'm guessing.
Yep, day 2, yep, all the big bites were the cranker crabs, and then we did get a few, I think it was maybe 2 out of the bag were on the muss, the Outback Bremer Baits muss, yeah.
Nice. And the big one, you got one that was 1.18, I think. Yeah, tell us about that one.
Yeah, so that one did come deep within one of the shacks, pitched the olive cranker crab in there, and this thing took off like a rocket. Absolutely, like it was peeling lock drag off the rod, managed to reef it out of there, and once we got it out into the open, back to drag off, and it was probably like a 5-minute fight by the time we got it in. Yeah, it was a decent one, this one. And then we got into the net, and we were stoked. We thought that's going to get us over 5 kilos for sure.
Yeah, which it did. Like anytime you get 5 kilos anywhere is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And also, from what I can understand, can be temperamental. So
absolutely,
we've been absolutely cheering. And yet, like I said, so close to the for the win. In terms of the weigh-in, where did you guys weigh in? Like, you were early to the weigh-in or late?
We were early. So, like, because we're fairly new to the comps, we like to weigh in early. Just keeping the fish in the live well makes us a little bit nervous.
Right.
Yeah. So we pretty much, as soon as you check out, we get to the weigh-ins pretty quickly, and then we're generally one of the first ones there or within the first 5. So, yeah.
Yeah. So does that mean, because I don't know how the weigh-in played out, so were you guys in front for a decent part, or did the other boys weigh in early?
Yeah. So we were one of the first, I think we were first or second to weigh in, and they were not long afterwards. So when we saw them come, I was doing the calculations, and I saw when they dropped their bag down, I thought that they've just nicked us. Yeah. But yeah, I was still stoked with coming second. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're absolutely cheering for that one. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. All right, mate. I think that covers the fishing pretty well. Is there anything else that we haven't covered?
No, not too. Nah, basically, yeah, we covered everything else. Just the scent, maybe we're using the S Factor scent on the lures. I think that was definitely contributing to getting the bites.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sometimes scent really does play a part.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So second, I assume this is your highest result.
Yeah. So the round previous to that was our first time for the Vic Brims. We came 8th, which
that's good.
Yeah, couldn't believe that as well. So down in Gippsland.
You know what's next?
Yeah, we donutted.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that happens too, mate. That happens to everyone. That's a great result and a really good rundown. What do you get to take home for second place and biggest bag?
Yep. So for the second place, we took home 1,600 in cash. Yeah, which was really handy. And then for the biggest bag, we took home 2 NS Dark Horse rods and a bunch of lures each, me and my old man. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That's awesome. Yeah, they've really come through a lot of great sponsors. Getting rods is very, very helpful and always nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, they went straight to my old man because he's lacking a few rods. So now he's got a few extra in the arsenal.
Yeah, that's very good too.
Yeah.
All right, mate. That's a great rundown. Mate, before we shoot off, is there anyone you want to say thank you to or give a shout out to?
So, yeah, I would like to thank you, Andrew, for running such an awesome podcast.
Thanks, mate.
I have listened to a lot of the podcast and learned a lot of information from it. So it's definitely helped in getting these results.
Appreciate that.
And then I'd also like to thank Bill for organising the Vic Bream Classics. It's an excellent competition. And for a first time or a second timer like our team, yeah, they're very welcoming. Yeah, we've had a ball doing them. And also the sponsors that contribute to the comp. Very good.
Very nice, mate. All right. That is awesome, mate. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. And, mate, hopefully we get to have a talk to you and maybe your dad in another event.
Yeah, fingers crossed he wants to come on next time. So, yeah, we'll see.
All right. Brilliant, Pete. Talk to you soon.
No worries, mate. Cheers.
Okay. If you're in the market for a new fishing kayak or looking to make some upgrades to your existing kayak or possibly looking at kayak fishing tournaments, then HWS is the place to go. They have a full range of Hobie kayaks, stock the latest kayak accessories, and are really dialed in when it comes to the best kayak fishing setup for the casual fisher and the tournament angler. hws.com.au, online or in store at Shop 3/638 Pacific Highway, Belmont. James offers free delivery on Hobie kayaks across all Greater Sydney, Central Coast and Hunter. All right, so on James's site at the moment, so the passports are on sale at the moment. Been going for a couple of weeks now. You've got the 12 for just under 2K and the 10.5 at 19.49. So it's a great entry point. It's what we used to pay going back 15 years for a new pedal-driven kayak. A little bit lighter, different construction, but quite a good little unit and a great entry point, as is the Hobie Lynx. Now, I'm seeing more and more guys trading their kayaks to get the ease of loading these Lynxes. They're light, they're fast, and they're just a great little platform to fish out of. So look, if you're keen, reach out to James. They'll go down, drop it on the water for you, and you can go and have a go. So they're just up at Belmont. So if you want to talk to them, get on to hws.com.au. All right. So up next in first place, I have Team Old Codgers. So dropping 5 fish for 4.625, which included a big bream of 975 grams. Day 2 backed it up with 5 fish for 4.945, giving them a total of 10 fish and 9.570. With me, I have Stuart McKinnon. Welcome to the show, mate.
G'day, mate. How you going?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. So like I was saying before we hit record, it's a little bit of an unusual situation. You're representing the team. Barry has passed since this event was run and won. So, yeah. So, mate, I appreciate you coming on and having a talk to share the story of how your day went and maybe a little bit about Barry along the way.
Look, yeah, that's no worries at all. Look, yeah, me and Barry fished together socially and during the comp so for many years, and just so happened to be we could fish the grand final last year here at Malakuta, and there we just struck up a team and we started to fish this year, and the first one was at Gippsland. Wasn't such a good comp for us. And then Barry had the live scope, and we found the fish on the pre-fish and found the bigger fish in the deeper water, and away we went. Yeah,
Right.
had a great time, and technology was on our favour, and that's how it all sort of started, and
Yeah.
started to be a really good comp.
Okay. So you did get a chance to get down there and have a pre-fish, and you found what? Is he got the Garmin on, or was it Lawrence?
No, it's a Garmin. So
It's a Garmin.
yeah, we went 2 weeks before that. The local legging club, the Warner Legging Club, had a comp down there. We went down there and before the pre-fish ban, and we found a few and got a few there. And on the pre-fish day, on the Friday of the Nelson comp, we went back and they were in the same spot, just a little bit deeper and just a little bit slower on the bites. So
Okay.
just had to adjust our way we fished, and yeah, away we went.
Oh, very good. So doing the pre-fish, it enable you to isolate the fish locations as well as clued into the slower techniques, I guess.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a reaction. Just you could actually see the fish come up to lures, but what we noticed most of all, the bigger fish were holding down in sort of 3.5 to 4 metres. You see that the smaller fish around the 2 metres. So we had to work out how to get down past the smaller fish and trying to get the bigger fish to bite. And that was just a bit of doing and changing up lures and weights, and yeah, it all worked out in the end.
Okay. And did you guys predominantly fish sort of plastics together, or did you have any? Okay, yeah. What were your go-tos?
Look, we used cranker crabs, and really, really slow. It was a really strange bite, basically. To let it sit there and you didn't feel there wasn't a tap or a twitch, the line would just move off.
Right.
And you just lift it and you either had him on or you didn't. And I was using a little Berkeley Vibe, a rubber yabby prawn looking thing. And I've lost the name of it at the moment. But yeah, I got a lot of fish on those, just hopping them and let it sit and hop and just feel a little pluck. And yeah, I sort of probably got most of my fish on that one, but Barry used cranker crabs, and I think we used a couple of plastics and a few vibes. So it was a mixture. I can't say it was just wholly and solely that lure, but just a bit of a move around and mix up of lures and just trying to get them to bite, because it was a tough bite.
Yeah, okay. So on the Saturday in comp day, how'd you go in the morning? Like, did you get straight into them? And I think you had a bit of dramas maybe.
Well, yeah, day one, we're coming up the ski run and we've got Matty Curtin, one of my mates, and Gary Tebb in front of us. And Barry goes, we'll round them up, and we've taken off and we just didn't gain any ground on them. And oh no. I said, mate, you better slow down. Something's not right here. So we get up the end of Taylor Strait and we pull up round the corner to where we're fishing, and it's just not running properly. And
yeah,
it was done a piston and had the cone of silence. Barry didn't speak for an hour. So I just put the electric down and went down, and I pulled one pretty much straight away. As soon as we pulled up, I dropped a little vibe down and crunch first lift, and yeah, he sort of perked up a bit then, and I think we had our bag by about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we just sort of upgraded all day. Yeah.
Wow. So a bit of engine fail, and you put that into context. You're a marine mechanic, is that correct?
Yeah, look, I've been trained by Evan Root in Sydney and been up there and done all that. And I worked for a guy in Hamilton who was an E-Tech dealer. And I said to Barry, I said, "It's an E-Tech, is it?" He goes, yeah. I said, "Mate, what are you doing?" And anyway, they come to bite us on our ass up the ski run. And anyway, long story, and that's what ended up happening. It grabbed number 6 piston, which after a mini phone call and speaking to a heap of people, that's what those beloved E-Techs do. So
right,
yeah.
Wow.
Now the boat's got a beautiful 300 mercury on it, and
okay,
poor bugger only 2 hours on it. So that's a bit sad, that side of things. But anyway, it's
definitely
that's life.
It is, unfortunately. All right. So for the day, so you end up on the electric for the rest of the day?
Yeah, we actually what I did, I grabbed some oil and just filled the fuel tank with oil, so it just lubricated a bit more so we could get back down. So we cruised back down to the bottom, just on sort of 2,000 revs. So it didn't make any loud bang to crash. So it was only when it got hot, I'd say the injector was running lean and grabbed the piston. So damage was done, didn't cause any more damage. And we just stuck home. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
let's roll back through the fishing a bit. So you were using, was it a shimmer vibe you were using?
Yeah, the shimmer vibe. Yeah, the green, olive green colour. Yeah.
Okay.
And one of my mates actually put on to him, Troy Hamilton, but guy I used to fish with quite a bit, and Troy was fishing the freshwater this year and sort of didn't want to commit to the salt or the Bream series. So, yeah. And I happened to come across a heap of them at BCF and bought them. I said to Barry, these things unreal. I've been smashing the fish on them. And, yeah, he couldn't catch a fish on them. So
Right.
I got all these fish on them, and he goes, waste of money, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I love them. Yeah, I'm up at Cooter at the moment for the Vic Brim, and, yeah, hopefully I'll get a run tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Cooter's good for a vibe bite, so.
Yeah, these things work really good. You cast them into the rocks. You just got to be brave and prepared to lose some, but they tend to pluck them before they hit the bottom. You just get a pluck. They must think they're obviously a shrimp or something along those lines. They tend to have a bit of a waddle wave action when they flutter down. So I think that's part of the way you catch them.
Yeah, fair enough. And with the Saturday with the fishing, you got your bag early and upgraded. So you were using the Berkeley. What about Barry? What was he throwing?
He was throwing cranker crabs. Yeah, he used the heavy. It's a 3.8 gram, is it, the heavier one?
Yeah, okay.
He was using those and just sort of fishing real slow. So just cast out, and as I said, it was a bit like with both of them. Just cast it out and just come out and cast it in, and bring the boat closer and just watch the line.
Yeah.
And you just see the line move off and just lift up. You're either on or you weren't there. It's a really bizarre bite. They weren't like normally they smack cranker crabs and they're gone. They just sort of plucked at it.
Okay.
And, yeah, Barry also threw a few black 35 vibes and stuff like that.
Okay. Throughout the day, do you remember if you got many fish?
Oh, I think we ended up with about 40 fish for the day.
Wow.
We had a great day, yeah. Like, we upgraded probably 8 or 9 times, and there's times there we just had to sort of go back to the middle river and just go through and weigh fish.
Wow.
That's where I think we had a real failure on day one. The scales failed.
No.
The battery went flat, and we couldn't, so we think we cost ourselves a bit of weight there. But anyway, we just had to take an educated guess, and I think we might have got it wrong. But never mind, that's fishing.
That is fishing. It looks like, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and it looks like you guys are on top overnight as well.
Yeah, we were on top. Yeah, and this is the whole decision. We got back home and we ran the engine. I pulled the plug out of it and said, look, it's melted a piston. And Barry was a bit quiet, as he can be a bit that way. And, oh, Jesus, I said, look, what do you want to do? He goes, I don't know. And he's got another boat, an Evolution, centre console. So his wife said, well, I'll meet you in Portland with the boat. And we got talking. I said, well, Barry, let's just do it. We're winning this thing.
Yeah.
We know where the fish are. We were catching them. Let's do it. So, yeah, we went to Portland and picked up the Evolution and dragged it back and threw a few bits and pieces in. And as I'll tell you the story on day 2, that was another exciting day for us with the boat. But we'll get to day 2 after we finish day 1.
Okay. What sort of drive is that to go and pick the boat up?
Oh, it's 45 minutes each way from Nelson to Portland. Yeah,
so it's not too bad.
With kangaroos everywhere. It was a lovely drive, yeah.
Nice. And Barry's wife was good enough to run it up there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The road from Portland to back to Warrnambool or Grassmere, where they're from, is a fairly good drive. There's no sort of kangaroos along that one. So, yeah. But it was awesome for her to do that.
Very good.
How we got our win in the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, especially in first place, it's hard to walk away from that.
It was. We didn't make the decision until 9 o'clock to go and pick the boat up. So, it ended up being a fairly late night.
All right. So, let's roll into day 2. What was your plan? Was it to go back to the same spot or?
Go back to the same spot. So, yeah, we go back there and we're underpowered. So, we've gone from a 300 horsepower back to a 115 4-stroke Yami doing 60 k's an hour, and half the field passed us, and we thought, oh, here we go. We're going to get up here and everyone is fishing it. But no, we get up there and everyone's gone past it. We pull up and put the electric down, and electric doesn't work. The batteries have gone flat in the remote control.
No.
I thought, oh, rightio. So I sat Barry up the front of the boat, and I just in and out of gear, just the petrol motor running, and Barry picked up a few fish, and I looked down and the fuel tanks on empty, and I thought, oh. So I rang the bloke who actually owns the boat and said, well, when the fuel gets empty, how much fuel's left? He gets 5 litres. I thought, oh, Jesus. So we end up, I made a phone call, and a bloke come up the river and brought us 20 litres of fuel, and we bumped to another guy who had a remote control battery. So we were lucky that way, and we ended up, with the electric up and running and petrol get home. So we were pretty lucky that way. And I asked Bill that was all right, we could do that. And he goes, yeah, no worries.
Okay.
We just overlooked these things when we got home at 11 o'clock and threw the rods in and got ready to go the next day. So
Wow. Okay. So Barry got a couple up the front of the boat. How'd you go about filling the rest of your bag?
Well, once we got that, we thought, right, okay, we can't fish like this. We're going to run out of fuel. So we went up to Donald's Landing, which is probably about half a K away. And the local guy, Dino, from the caravan park, brought us up 20 litres of fuel. And we bumped into one of Barry's mates, and he had a battery. So we got that. We went straight back to the spot and dropped in, and bang, bang. I got one, Barry got one. It's exactly the same first cast back up there. So we ended up with 4 fish straight away after that, upgraded, and just, I'd say every 6 or 8 minutes we had a bite or a fish. It was just, it was a great day. We just smashed the fish all day. It was just an incredible day. Yeah.
That's a bizarre comp. Like when you win a comp, everything's got to go right, but it sounds like all the non-fishing things went wrong. So
yeah, it was all mechanical failures, not actually us failing for a change. We were on ball, we're on the money, and we just, we couldn't do a thing wrong. It was just, I think we're lucky, There's other guys come up fish past us, didn't catch the fish, but I think they weren't fishing deep. Like we were fishing 4 metres. No, most of the guys, I'd say, were fishing the top sort of 3 foot of the water, and the fish were just down that little bit deeper, and the live scope showed us that. So
yeah,
it's good to see the structure and the second drop off. Like you can see the smaller fish. Like there was the fish around, there were 25, 30 centimetre fish there, but the bigger ones were just that a bit deeper, and they weren't coming up. They were sort of sulking down there. Just that, and of course we used scent. We had the S factor scent and that, and I think that made a difference too. I think sometimes when they're dead, they just come up and have a sniff, and it managed to set your hooks into a fish that I think they're inquisitive most of the time, but I'm no professor on that, so I'm surmising.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, because I don't know the system, when you say the second drop off, like, is it just a mud drop, or what's it look like?
No, it's a rock bank. So we fished Donovan's, which is up in the South Australian border, and they're probably 100-foot cliffs.
Okay,
and they drop down to about 8 metres of water into the water, and they're sort of almost a straight drop, just off the bank and drop, and a rubbly bank with trees and stuff along there. So it's a bit of a mixture, but it's undercut as well. So you just sometimes you've got to work out how to flick it. So you got to come back out and flick the lure under, then bring the boat back in, so you're in line with the line. So if you had the line in, it kept pulling the crabs away from the bank, you couldn't get a bite. So you cast them into where you went to be and brought the boat back in and had a straight line to them. You could just feel the line move off, because if you didn't move it and lift it, you'd miss them. It was just, we just lucked out in how we on the pre-fish, we got them after the first half an hour, and we worked them out, and the bite stayed the same the whole weekend. I'd say 11 o'clock Sunday, they had no matter what you threw in there, they were just, the little vibes of the smack them as it was drifting down. It was a good bite. It was great fun, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, what you've described, I've not heard anyone fish exactly like that. It's quite interesting that you kind of worked that out, I guess.
But you could actually see that the fish come up to them. Like we played with the scope a little bit and had it pointing down a bit towards the deeper water where we're fishing, and you could actually see them come up to the vibes and the cranker crabs, and you could actually see them come up to them. And if you moved them, they'd shy away. But if it sat there, you could see almost they were picking at it. You could see them come up and down. So as soon as you moved it, they'd scatter away from it. So I thought, okay, just got to leave it there. It's a real slow brim bite today. And then you just see it in the line, it just move off. You wouldn't see your lure move or anything, but you'd see the line move off, and you just lift it up. And, got him. And that's how it just eventuated. And then being hard work, trying to hold the boat still and all the rest of it, and spot lock and trying to fish with the wind behind us, and it was just a bit of fun. But lucky it was not a great deal of wind.
No, and lucky you got the battery for the remote, because that would have made stuff a bit better.
Oh, it was hard work. I was just in and out of gear, and it was hard work. And I thought, I'm not going to do this all day. Barry's catching all the fish and I'm driving the boat. There's no joy in this.
No, you're a charter operator.
Oh, well, it was fun. We caught some fish. He thought it was hilarious at the time.
Oh, there you go. And then, so you ended up with 4.945. So I think not the biggest bag for the comp, but a really solid bag. and won by just 60 grams. So a nice tight weigh-in.
Yeah, I know. We had a bit of an issue with the scales once again, and we're playing with the fish, and Barry's grabbed a couple of wrong fish and tossed them out. I said, "Oh, Barry, I think they're the better two we had." So we're sitting there, and we got two fish at once, and they're just weighing them, and it was just a bit of pandemonium there for 20 minutes. We just double hookups, and yeah. But anyway, because he goes, "Oh, I reckon we had a 5 kilo bag." I said, "Well, we haven't now. I think you threw the two better ones back in." But,
oh, no.
Yeah, because we landed two at the same, and they were both good fish. And I don't know, we just in a panic, just trying, because you're not supposed to have more than 5 fish or sit in the boat, or 6 when you upgrade. And we sort of pulled up 2, and he's netted, and we netted my fish at the same time. We got 2 in the net, and just a bit of panic and chaos, and just. Yeah. But anyway, well, we still got the biggest bag ever for Nelson, so that was we're pretty chuffed about that.
100%. Yeah, 100%. All right, mate, that's a pretty good rundown of the fishing. That's an interesting, what you worked out with the live scope and what have you, and how to fish it. So,
yeah, it's going to be different this weekend with the live scope and the big fella beside me. But
yeah,
I've got another old mate, Byron Blaine's, fishing with this weekend here at Cooter, and we fished the Nico yesterday and this morning, and it was pretty slow. But he's good to fish with, and we sort of set his boat a bit up this afternoon. I put a Helix 9 in his boat. We had an old school 898 in it, and it was only working on one side. And, no downscope. And thought, this has got to go, Byron. So I'll spend all afternoon up here putting a new sounder in his boat.
Oh, nice. Nice. So what'd you put on?
Helix 9.
Okay. Yeah.
Hummingbird. Yeah.
Hummingbird. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I like my Hummingbird. I like my Lowrance, but I like Hummingbirds. So just a few, if you can combine a few one from the other, it'd be a very good sounder.
Yes, exactly. All right. So just before we move off the fishing, is there what sort of lines and leaders were you running for the comp?
Well, I was running 4 pound fluorocarbon leader, which was the Dyer FC, and I think Barry was running 5 or 6 pound. Barry runs heavy leader than I do, so I'm both running that 16 pound atomic braid, which is 16 pound, but it's thinner than the 8 pound. Yeah, it's a nice braid. Doesn't seem to win knot or anything, so.
Yeah.
A very good, especially fishing those sort of rough structures in there. You've got to get them out, so you have to be a bit tough on them.
Definitely.
And the knots seems to be really good.
Okay.
I've actually changed to a new Japanese leader I'm trying this weekend, and after snagging a few times and couldn't bust it off for 4 pound, it's dynamite stuff. So I'll keep you posted on that one.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I do, but I can't say anything at the moment because it's
all right.
a prototype.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. You heard it here first, but not.
Yeah.
All right. So one more thing. So you fished with Barry for a while. Have you got a story for us about fishing with Barry?
Oh, look, super Barry. Barry was all chuffed about this new flash lure he bought and this hard body, and we're doing up. We're at Malakuta, and we scooted up to this bank, and he got this lure out, and he's just so proud of this thing he bought online. And, it's going to do this, and it does that, and it's going to dive down. The first cast has gone 25 foot up into a tree.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm laughing that hard. I fell over and lying on the floor, and pissed myself laughing. And he's ripping it. Next minute, the tree branches snapped, the lure's popped off, and it landed 6 foot in front of him, sunk. And Baz, another cone of silence. He was devastated. Don't you tell anyone? I said, of course I won't, Barry, but you're not here, Barry, and I'm telling the story now.
There you go. So straight to the bottom, I take it.
Oh, yeah, it was gone. Yeah, he was savage. Yeah. First cast gone. I couldn't help but laugh. He doesn't like it when you hang shit on him, the big fella, but,
Oh, there you go.
Well, hopefully he's with us this weekend and in spirit and helps us along and points us in the right direction.
Definitely. Oh, mate, that's a good story. All right, mate. For you guys for winning first place, do you remember, it's a while ago since this was run, do you remember what you got to take home?
Mate, I think it was $14.50 or $14.60. It was thereabouts, each. So.
Oh, right, that's solid.
Yeah, it's a good little paycheck. It didn't quite pay for a rebuild and E-Tech, but yeah, it was good to take home some dollars for change.
Definitely. All right. So, mate, one more thing before we head off. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to or say thank you to?
Oh, look, I'd like to thank Barry's not here. I'd like to thank him. My partner, Karen, she's great. She lets me come to these things and encouraged me and pushed me to get back into the Bream fishing because she knows how much I missed it. I used to fish it quite a bit. And, just everyone, all the guys I go fishing with, we're all a great bunch of guys. We have a great time. And it's good to catch up with everyone and get out and fish and enjoy what we do with a bit of banter, but and harmless fun. It's a great time. And you fish a lot of people you look up to. There's a few guys I look up to. There's a couple of the team. I hate it when I promote them, like Declan Betts and Dan Mackerel, a couple of very good fishermen. I look up to those guys. They seem to nut at that really good. And these guys like that you shout out because they make bream fishing what it is. They set the benchmark to beat, and I was pretty chuffed to beat them at Nelson, let me tell you.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, from there, those guys been on the show.
Yep.
They give it up. Like, they tell you exactly what they did.
Yeah.
So it's really appreciated.
No, they're good guys. They're down to earth. I serviced both their boats. I've known them for quite a long time. So, yeah, they're good guys and they're down to earth. Like, yeah, there's a few guys that are a bit hard to get along with and play secret squirrel, but, geez, it's only bream fishing. We're not fishing for sheep stations. It's just to get out and have a bit of fun.
Yep, that's it. That's exactly right. All right, mate. That is absolutely brilliant. I really appreciate you coming on. Good luck in Kuta, and hopefully we get to speak to you again soon.
All right. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the call.
Is your boat looking a little tired? Then give it a stunning new makeover with Podium Marine Wraps. They are fast becoming the go-to place to get your boat looking spiffy. They are Sydney's leading specialist in custom vinyl wraps for boats of all sizes, from sleek kayaks to luxurious yachts. Their high-quality wraps don't just make your vessel look incredible, but protect it from the harsh marine environment, which includes sun, salt water, etc. With over 2 days' experience, they use only the best materials, ensuring your wrap lasts for years without fading or peeling. Whether it's a bold new design to stand out in the water or a subtle colour change, they offer fully customizable options. And with fast turnaround, your boat can go from drab to fab in just 1 day. They have wrap boats from top anglers for everyday enthusiasts alike. And because you know when your boat looks good, you feel good. Are you ready to make a splash? Visit podiummarinerapps.com.au today to get things started. Podium Marine Wraps, where quality meets creativity on the water. And look, just on a side note, I did interview Corey for another episode coming up soon where we went into details about some of the jobs he's got going, some of the jobs he's done. And I think you'll find that interesting. So that's coming up in the next, probably a few episodes, but it's definitely there. If you are looking for something to do on your boat or what have you, definitely jump over to Podium Marine Wraps. Send him an email. I know he's got some new designs and things coming on board. So some options to get some simply amazing graphics, which he was pretty excited about, but I don't have proper details. Anyway, that'll be out soon. Jump over there, have a talk to Corey and get your boat looking good. Okay, so there you have it, guys and girls. So this was a particularly challenging one to put together. I'm really grateful for Stuart for jumping on and having a talk to me. It was hard for me just to do the intros and outros, so I can't imagine how hard it was for Stuart to do that, and I truly appreciate it. And I look forward to doing the next one. They did rank in a competition a bit later, and I've just yet to record, I think that last interview for that one. So something else to look out for. Like I said in the intro, condolences to his family. Yeah, we're thinking about you guys. Also, I don't think I mentioned in the intro, it is Tuesday the 27th of August, would have been Dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. Dad's boat, which had been sitting in the backyard for probably at least 5 years or 6 years possibly without being in the water. We've got the motor cleaned up and we've taken it down and had it all serviced, and it's just about to go in the water between recording these intros and outros and this coming out on Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to that. He was a very, very keen black fisherman. So over the coming weeks, I'm hoping to get out there and put a blackfish in his boat for him. Anyway, that's it for another week. I'm going to leave it there. Happy birthday, Dad. And we'll talk to you next week on the Bream Fishing Project.
Thanks for listening. Hopefully you were informed, inspired and entertained. If you were able to learn something or just enjoyed listening, please consider subscribing and rate us on your favourite podcasting platform.